Welcome to Western Oregon Living. I'm your host, Sabrina Reese, and we're in Roseburg at Addcox Heating Center, where they're going to share with us some tips and tricks. We're here with David, the owner of Addcox Heating. How are you?
Real good.
He's going to share with us some tips and tricks before you make that call to a technician to come out to your house if you're having a heating issue. David, what can the customer check before they make that call?
Most of the time what we find with customers is that they either have a problem with their thermostat or the breaker in their panel box. Your panel box breaker, you may be having it look like it's on, but it's actually tripped. The only way to really check is to turn that breaker off and reset it and make sure it locks in and turns on. Because it can look like it's on, but it's actually tripped. Now that to your outdoor unit will keep your outdoor unit from running, but if it's tripped to your indoor unit, you'll get no fan, you'll get no heat, you'll get nothing. And all you gotta do is turn the breaker on in your panel box. We find that very often. Secondly, if your heat pump is not running and you've checked your breaker and you know the breaker is good in your panel box, sometimes you can have some companies that will install your system with a fused disconnect. This fused disconnect has fuses in it that most homeowners do not have the ability to check the integrity of those fuses. So they call us out, we come out to replace a fuse that can be replaced at the hardware store. We put in a disconnect that has a solid pull style of disconnect. This way you do not have a mysterious unknown breaker keeping your heat pump from functioning properly. So this is our way of setting our customers up for success with not having an unknown problem in their outdoor unit.
That is so special because I know the first thing, if it's not working, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I got a call, and then I'm ending up having someone come to my house, charge me a bunch of money when I could have just looked to see if this was on or if this was not plugged in right.
Yep, absolutely. Now secondly, after you check and you make sure you got power at your air handling unit and you know you have power at your heat pump unit and we're still not getting anything running, then that would be time to go to your thermostat and make sure that it says heat on if it's one of the new digital styles of thermostats, or you have it turned to your normal heat setting. A lot of customers will, with the new digital thermostats, they'll make adjustments and it will say waiting. Waiting means that you've made adjustments and it is waiting for you to quit making adjustments so that it will actually come on. So when it says heat on, breakers are on, you're still not getting any heat, then that's time to call a technician.
And what else do you find when you come to a house and they're like, my heater doesn't work, what's going on? Are there any other things besides these three you've mentioned?
Well, obviously the power and the power going to the unit is very crucial. One of the big things that we find is people not doing good filter maintenance. Your filter maintenance is your best defense in making sure you keep the air in your home clean.
Dave has the control panel open for us, and he's going to show us a few things.
Yes, Sabrina. On a unit, most of the time people just come in and clean the unit. We really look at the nuts and bolts, and that means your capacitor. Your capacitor in your unit will make it die early when it gets weak and doesn't help the compressor and the fan motor operate properly. So we have a tester that we actually test to make sure that it's within the specifications to ensure you get a long life out of your piece of equipment. Next, we look at the contactor to make sure that it is all clean and there's no bugs or anything in it, and that it's going to perform when you really need it. Next is that we will check your defrost and go through all of the functionings of your system to make sure that everything is working at peak efficiency so it won't let you down when it's winter or 4th of July.
So Dave, how often shall a technician come to my house?
Manufacturers recommend that you have an annual routine maintenance done on your equipment to make sure everything is within the specifications and keep your warranty up to date. We have a 1, 2, and 3-year preferred maintenance contracts that customers can purchase and be able to reduce the cost of their annual maintenance and give them preferred maintenance status.
Wonderful. Thank you so much,
Thank you very
Dave.
much.
Always a pleasure. And thank you all so much for watching. Keep watching to see what else Western Oregon has to offer you.